morning from the road is my monthly feed run to Coker Feed Mill. I wanted to fill everybody in. I know we have some new subscribers. Hello and welcome. I've mentioned it before, not like in super detail, but for anybody who is new and doesn't know the situation, both my husband and I work full-time. So Matt's active duty military and I am in a civilian contractor position on a different base. So in addition to that, I also have a second job, and I came into the second job in an interesting way because my full-time job was reduced hours due to COVID. And after a little while of that and going back and forth between full-time hours and then reduced again, I decided I wasn't willing to compromise myself by being on unemployment any longer while the company decided to make up its mind. So I went out and I got a second job to fill that gap for myself. A week after doing that, my company brought me back full-time, plus they need additional hours worked. So I've been playing that for a while. What I told myself was, I came into this opportunity just by chance, and I was just going to go with it as long as I wanted to. During the shorter days during the winter, it's been great because I've made some additional income when I would otherwise really not be getting a whole lot done at home. But I'm feeling that I'm coming to the point where I'm not spread too thin. I'm unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, a very good worker. I am a workaholic. That's it. I live my life very full and very busy, but I need to allow more time for the rest of my life and not just my work life. So I've decided to turn in my 2 weeks notice for the second job and focus on my full-time job again, because we've been full-time for almost a year now. So that should stay, and I have the opportunity to actually work less and make more doing this. So anyway, I will be able to commit more time also to the homestead, to my future goals. I've really been playing with the idea of building this life not just for sustainability, but as business potential. One thing I am not good at, is not in my natural skill set, is to be patient and wait and let things flourish. And I would say that making this decision to live like a homesteader as much as possible. We're not 100% sustainable. We are not even debt free. We are working in that direction. But having done this now for almost 2 years has taught me a lot of patience and appreciation for letting things come into themselves. So I am going to be investing more energy and time into those goals. I am taking the entire year to set up the homestead or farm as a business. I have run a business previously. I have been partnered in another business. And this one is so dear to my heart that I am just going to take the time to set it up correctly. I don't plan to make any income for the first few years. I just want to sit down with some people, have some conversations, and start building in that direction. And by the end of the year, plan to be set up as a business with the intention of, in about 25 years, retiring from my office job to continue this full-time. I never looked at retirement as a positive thing before. I always thought that people just sort of like stopped working and, I don't know, sat at home or traveled or whatever. And I love travel. I actually work in travel. So I appreciate that, but it's not healthy for me to not have things going on. I need goals and I need to be productive. So being a goat farmer or a sheep farmer, or however this develops. And I'm hoping that it will develop organically. I know right now what I want to focus on. So I'm starting with that in mind, with the intention of diversifying and building it into more. So that is kind of where I am. I have been running errands all morning. We have families coming today to pick up their goat kids. Between this weekend and next weekend, we should have everybody off to their homes. After feed, I went and ran some errands to pick up some seed starting stuff because my seed order came in a couple weeks ago, and I meant to have this all done last week, but we're gonna get it done this weekend. So I'm almost home. I need to get a few things settled, and then yeah, I don't have a plan, so I hope you stick it out with me today. You okay?
Tired.
You're tired? Okay, so we are in for a bit. We might have to run outside. We already had 2 goats leave. We have 1 more being picked up today, and then the other one next week. But Dee and I are gonna get started with seeds. We're gonna do the bell peppers and the tomatoes today, and then we will probably do a few other things tomorrow. Stop brushing the dog. Oh my goodness. We're trying to be organized, and you're over here taking stuff out and brushing Harry. Harry, you want to help plant seeds, huh? No, don't eat that. Okay, do me a favor. Go ahead and take that apart so they can see how it works. All right, so the little tray this is 36 cells.
Do you put plastic things in here, or do
No, you just put the soil right in there. So pull that top tray out. Harry, you're not helpful, honey. Come here. All right, there you go. So obviously water goes in there. They're silicone, and then what you do is when you want to take your seedling out, you would just squeeze right there, and it pops right out of the little cell. So they had these with...
I don't think it does.
No, the silicone, don't pull it off. It doesn't come out. It's not supposed to. The seedling comes out of the tray. Oh my goodness.
Oh, like this?
Yes, just like that. There we go. She figured it out. Anyway, I wanted to try them last year, but I didn't. So I picked these up. They had them in the 36 cell. I think it was 16 and then 8. And I went with these because obviously I can start more seeds, and then I'm going to transpot them up once, and then they're going to go into the garden. They were I was surprised. I thought they were going to be more expensive for being something that is reusable, and they look nice. So there's that. Davin, if you break one, you buy one. So they were $10.99 each, so $11 and tax. So very happy with that. We are going to start getting some seeds in some soil, and then get our mat set up so that everything can start growing. Okay, so let's start with tomatoes. Do you want to take the wrapper off?
I like this grid pattern: A, B, C, D, E, F, G, 1, 2, 3,
Oh!
4, 5, 6.
I didn't even notice this. So hopefully this will show up. This is done so that you can keep track of whatever you're planting. It is A, B, so the rows
So
are...
you could do like B4,
Right.
like math.
So, like math. A through F, and then it's numbered 1 through 6. That is very nice. So you can write down what you have in your cells.
Yeah, so like if we chose to like do
Maybe-
one of every other seed, we could.
Well,
like,
we're
put
not going to do
coordinates
that. We're
down.
going to just, you know what we can do is the 4 quadrants, but this way we won't forget what we've planted if we actually write it down, like
Yeah.
last year when we didn't know what was going on. So
Instead of putting labels, we could just write coordinates.
exactly, we can write these down in our little garden book, which is a great idea. Ooh, look at how little those seeds are.
Oh.
They're like
Little.
You could put the brownie down. Will you set those up there for me? Plug is on that end. Alright, you take that end. I'll take this end, and if it doesn't fit, it's your fault because you measured. Just flip up the edges. Put the brownie down.
Never.
Oh my goodness. All right, so here's the current setup. I think I will pick up one more of these because I can't fit a whole tray on this side. So I'll get one more there, and then I need to fill up this shelf. All right, good morning. Back on the road. Co-pilot Corbin, Mr. Chatty Cathy number 2 here. Corbin and I are headed down the road to a neighbor. I don't know how to describe this. We live in a town that's between actual towns. Like there's 300 people in our town, and the next town over is the same thing. So I don't even know how they qualify as towns, but anyway, he's in the next town over. He is a like super good, great chicken, knowledgeable chicken person, but he and a friend of his rescued a couple goats whose hooves are in not so great condition. So he asked if we'd pop in and help him trim. He's never trimmed hooves before. So that's where we're going, and that's what we're doing this morning.
Cleaned it up and put it in the hay over here. So that was the first thing that goat smelled.
Just have to trim it down.
I just trim it down. They come right back up in. I had bananas, look, but the frost killed them because
Yeah.
it was young.
That's amazing, though. So if we bring her out and somebody holds, usually we just stand over him and hold the horns, and we can trim from there.
Yeah.
But we don't know what he's gonna do.
Yeah.
Because we took him out and put him over there. He bust the wire open and came out here.
Well, no, it was loose on one side.
Ooh, these are not gonna cut this.
Oh Lord.
We need, hang on. I think we need actual. We're making attempt number 2 because, you wanna hand me those? Small ones. What I brought wasn't gonna work. I didn't know I was working on a Kiko goat. This is not gonna do anything. So, we are bringing horse nippers in hopes that this will work, which it should work. If it works on horses, it's gonna work on a goat. But yeah, we had to drive home, find the nippers, and I'm bringing a rasp. Just, I don't know why. Maybe I probably won't need that, but attempt number 2. Here we go. So we might have to do this a little bit at a time. Man, those are some. What are these made out of?
Before, but
Oh, I was smelling for thrush,
I know, I'm just kidding with you.
which I don't smell, which is good. There we go. There, she's up, so she can walk like a normal goat. But I would do the treatment on all 4, but that left front is the worst. I mean, it'll come around, and then if we just trim her again, 1 to 2 weeks, you're fine. It's just getting her back to a manageable state, and then you're just gonna have to be like, oh, she needs it or she doesn't. She might be one that needs it a couple times a year, while your other ones, if you're into the Kikos, probably won't.
I'm pretty sure it's a Dolly.
Oh,
Yeah, it's got girl bits.
Yeah, I didn't
Look
see.
how cute you are. Those little ears. Oh my goodness. You're so precious and you're pink. Okay, I'm gonna have to make this quick because Matt is outside shooting. So if you hear a boom, it's him. Thank you guys for following along. If you end up trimming Kiko goat feet, use horse nippers, not the little hoof trimmers you can get at Tractor Supply. They work perfect on our little goat's feet, but those Kiko feet, they were hardcore. So let's see. We have flock swap and 2 more people coming for goats, and then that should be the end of that next weekend. And then we'll be back in project mode, and we have quite a bit to get done for this year. But thank you all for following along. Take care, be safe, and I will see you on the next one.